damn good time.
Podcast, damn good time. Podcast.
That's good time.
That's a damn good
This
time.
comes through so loud.
What time is it? It's a damn good time. Dude, I forget last time I feel like I had gold. Remember last time, like, we came in with a soft intro, music playing, cameras live, everything's good, and like kind of small riff with the music.
Yeah.
And then we're like, that's the theme song. And I'm like, yep, flip it, that's it. And then I listened back, it was dog shit. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. But hey, that's what we do here,
That's
right?
what we do. Bunch of dog shit.
By the way, if you didn't know, I'm Steve Schaefer,
I'm Cody Adams.
and this is a Damn Good Time podcast.
Hit him with it.
Hitting him with it. And holy fuck,
Perfect timing.
the song just cues out. We didn't even plan that or anything.
Oh, I did totally. I knew exactly what guitar riff he was on.
Yeah, actually, you know, before I went cameras live and mics live, everything, Cody's like, do it now, right now.
No, you gotta go.
You're missing your fucking chance. And so here we are, you know?
I knew exactly how long you were going to talk for. I knew everything that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm from the future.
But welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot that part. Usually I say that too.
Hey, it's okay. You know, they can't all be gems.
You know, and it's... I have so many ideas for this show.
Right.
Lots and lots and lots, but not that much time.
Right. That is an issue. Time is an issue.
I was even thinking too, and then we're still too early in the show. Or I guess not too early in the show. We've been doing this for a long fucking time now.
Long
Like
time.
2.5 years probably now.
Yeah.
We're coming up on, it'll be 3 years in February then, so
Yeah.
we're
We're almost
October,
we're halfway there.
November, December, January, February. Yeah. 2.5 years. And I thought, you know, maybe this will be better when we get a few more followers and subscribers and all this stuff. Is how fun would it be to, like, if we sit here and have a reaction of us watching the highlights of episode number 1?
Oh God.
And
Yeah.
just, and like,
How bad everything was.
yeah. And sit there and like, oh my God, remember when the set was like that? Or remember when we had it at this angle and like our lighting fucking sucked and like
Yeah.
we barely even knew how to use any of this audio equipment that we
I don't
have.
know what any of this is.
Yeah. Not everybody's good at anything.
Yeah.
You know?
And by then we'll probably have a lot better equipment and a lot better
Yeah.
room and
Yeah, but I still think it'd be hilarious as hell. Well, and then it'd be cool if we had like a crew, if it wasn't just us doing this.
right.
If somebody was like sitting behind the scenes like, oh yeah, do you guys remember this clip from this episode? And we're just sitting here like almost like we're watching it for the first time. Because I do believe in a lot of the earlier episodes, we were hammered
Oh, there's a lot of times. we were
Hammered drunk for a
stupid
lot of them.
hammered, yeah.
And I'm sure like there's things where it's like, oh God, I don't remember saying that. What kind of an asshole was I that day or something, you know? Or are we like, I still stand firm. I still stand firm on that. There's no way this should blah, 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 you know? Like,
Yeah. A lot of probably crazy rants we had and
yeah.
me talking about barbecue and
Like,
road rage and
but this is one thing I want to talk about today too, because whenever I travel a lot, which I have been for the last like 3 fucking weeks, right? I've been busy as shit. I'm actually dead fucking tired. It's taken a lot of energy for me to be like present right now.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
I think even last week I told you like, yeah, I was at your baby's birthday party and I did not feel present. I apologize to you, like, bro, I was not there, and you're like, I didn't even notice. But you were, you know, running around hosting and shit, and I just felt like I was like just the guy that just showed up and ate food and was like, oh, okay, go, you know. But I feel like that's been a lot of my life this last past month and shit. But still, so the point I'm trying to get at, without going off in too many different directions,
yeah.
is I listen to a bunch of different podcasts, which is literally what we're doing.
Pretty much, yeah.
And they have the stardom to get the views in.
Yeah, they get the clout.
Yeah.
You know? They got the celebrity status maybe.
Yeah, and one of my favorites that it's a newer one. It's called Not Today, Pal, and it's got Jamie Lynn Sigler and Robert Eiler, It's Meadow Soprano and AJ Soprano
Yeah. Mhm.
from The Sopranos, and it's a half-hour cast, and they just sit there and bullshit, and they kind of reflect on like the old times of them coming up as child stars. Apparently, which I didn't know this until this podcast, they've been best friends like ever since the show.
Yeah.
Like they became best friends on the show. They've been best friends ever since. Like they know each other's families and history and shit. Apparently, that dude Robert partied his dick off, which I can relate to. It's like, and so I don't know. They just talk shit about the old times, and I felt like maybe we need to go through some of our old photos and shit and see when there's like because they do this one like Blast from the Past. I forget what the segment's called, where their producer brings up a photo and like, where was this taken? And I know there's probably a lot of photos of us back in the day when we were partying. Like, okay, where were we at? And it's probably like, oh, that was Ricky's fire.
Yeah, but there's probably not a lot saved as much. I
Yeah,
would say from like a lot of the things we did. And then we were also big video game nerd homebodies a lot too. So unless we were paintballing or doing something like that. But,
yeah.
And I'm terrible at taking photos. Like I just don't take a lot of photos.
I used to be big into it.
Yeah, I just always have been like, I don't know. I'm in the moment. I don't need a picture of this kind of person.
Yeah, I used to be big into it. I even remember when I turned 18, I could get a line of credit. I went to Sears, and I had $1,000 credit card and maxed it out on a digital camera, which back then it was like 5.1 megapixel, a Sony.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it was
Terrible.
for the time, it was perfect.
Oh, it was awesome. You're like, look how good these photos look.
Yeah.
Like, now it's like,
Yeah.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I took fucking pictures of everything, and I know I've got like 18 hard drives just in a closet in the back over there, and I got to filter through a lot of that shit. I'm sure there's a lot of pictures of you on there somewhere.
Yeah, I remember why one point in time I went out and bought like this video camera.
Yeah,
Thought I was going to use it a lot. I don't know what the hell I was going to use it for, but thought I was going to use it a lot. Can't
Yeah.
remember why I thought I was going to use it a lot. For some reason, I had to go out and buy this video camera. I don't think I ever recorded shit on it.
and that's like even our boy Dutton, Tyler, way back in the day, always had a camcorder on him and like filmographied everything.
Yeah.
Like fucking everything. Back in the tough truck days, we'd hang out in a garage and build tough trucks and shit, and get hammered drunk and work on trucks. And he gave me actually, whenever he kind of first started this podcast, he's like, hey, yeah, whenever I got in the whole kind of audio visual filmography type of shit, he's like, check out, here's all the hard drives of everything I ever recorded. And there's just so much to filter through. It's
That's why we need to pay somebody to do that. But
Yeah.
we got to get to that place first.
yeah. Yeah. And it's like, there'd be hours of just like the camera set up on a tripod and dude just working on trucks. Nothing funny happening, nothing interesting. Like, there's no production value to it.
Right.
It's not like, hey, Steve's doing brakes or something. Oh, there's Tommy over there changing a head gasket. Or like, it was just a camera and then like, but then we'd be drinking and you get behind the scenes shit of like, and then I'm fucking drunk, like trying to, I don't know. I remember like tossing cans in the LeBron back when he was hot and shit.
Yeah.
Like, but
Well, there's probably some gems through that footage.
Oh, for
but it's
sure.
just like, it's hard to find it. And then
how do you sift through all that?
it's nice if the camera's just set up because then nobody's like, oh, here's a camera in your face, do something funny.
Right.
It's more like, here's a natural funny that comes out.
Yeah,
So,
because nobody likes stage shit. They like the candid stuff.
right.
And even today on Instagram and shit, you see so many posts where there's like that chick on the beach and she's got like this cool dress on or whatever, and she's like trying to look candid at the beach, like, but you could tell she's faking it. The whole
Yeah.
photo's staged. It wasn't just like, oh my god, I'm just hanging on the beach and somebody just happened to snap this photo. Like, no, you're trying too hard to be candid.
Or, yeah, people doing pranks on people, and you're like, I know that was a fake prank. Like, you would have got murdered, or something else would have happened. Like, but they make it try to seem like, oh no, this is real. This really happened. It's like, no, that was fake. But I get that you're trying to get the likes. Like people with their kids and shit. Like making the kids say funny jokes and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
And I'm probably gonna. Well, I might not call out or ostracize so many people by saying this, but so many of those videos I fucking hate.
yeah,
I hate them. And whenever and if you're the type of person that likes those videos and like you can't see past that bullshit, you're kind of not smart,
yeah,
you know. And then I'm like, no, dude, that was staged. I'm like, no way. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That was staged, and you're not smart. Like, but I mean, humor's perspective for everyone. So I don't try to dog on people too much. But like some of the stuff that gets likes out there, it's dog shit.
yeah. And they're using like the ones where they use like kids all the time to like say funny things.
Yeah.
Like, I'll bring up the one where the kid's like, the mom and dad's like right behind him, and you hear a kid in the background like, "Hey, whoever, your penis is the size of a Tic Tac," and he's like, "That's why your mom's breath smells so good," and walks off. And the
Yeah.
dad like spits something out like, "What?" And they're like,
Yeah.
like,
and the camera just magically pans over to dad doing a spit take. Like that shit.
yeah, you know that's fake, but it's hilarious. It's
No,
still hilarious,
yeah.
but you know it's like that's all set up.
Well, and a lot of that too is that maybe it could have been real and organic. It might have actually happened, but then they had to set it back up to do it again to get it on film.
Yeah.
Because I do believe some of those moments are too golden for it to not be set up. You know?
Because what kid off camera is yelling at another kid who's standing right in front of his parents and telling him his penis is the size of a Tic Tac?
Right.
I just don't see that happen.
Yeah, I could write jokes for my kids all day.
Yeah.
And the same right, they write their own fucking jokes. My kids are funny as fuck,
Right.
but I don't catch it on camera. You know what I mean? Like,
Just set up hidden cameras. We'll make money off of
Yeah.
your children.
probably should, because they're funny motherfuckers. I can't even think of it like a good example right now. Well, probably because I haven't been home in like a month, but like,
Yeah.
but they're funny motherfuckers. They get me laughing all the time, and it's like, yeah, bro, if I just had a camera on that.
Yeah, I mean, my kids are 2 years old and they do hilarious stuff all the time. I never
Yeah.
expect them. What was that?
Yeah, yeah, but then like, oh, God,
Sometimes the demon farts and burps they have. I'm like, how did that just come out of you?
Right,
That
right.
sounded like a man.
and then at the same time, like, what kind of parent are you? Where you're like, okay, pretend like you didn't just do that.
Right.
Reset, cut, reset the scene, and action. And now I get the camera rolling.
Let me make money off you. You never gonna see a dime of it,
Yeah.
Brittany.
and then it's like, how many takes did they get to get it? You know,
Right.
like where it's like, okay, nope. I know we said to reset and we're trying it again, but it didn't seem like it was your first time doing it. Well, it wasn't my first time doing it. Well,
Exactly.
do it again, but like pretend like you're not ready for the cue or whatever. You know, like
Yeah.
basically trying to fucking run a goddamn production studio over your kids being funny.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, that's tough, right? Like,
It is tough.
yeah, I don't know. I just find it hard to try to make money off of kids.
You see, that's where I'm indifferent. Like,
I mean, and to a certain extent, but you gotta like, you better be putting some of that back for them, right? It depends how much money you're
Well-
making, right? Am I making $20? Am I making that? Am I making $1 million?
well, and that's the thing is like, I feel like it's fine to make money off your kids if your kids are talents, if they're amazing for their age and they're funny, their personality's great, and they're perfect for the camera. Then by all means run with it, but don't be that shitty parent where it's like, oh, guess what? Your dad's worth $5 million now, and you know what? I'll send you to college. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? No, okay, Henry, you're the fucking funny one. We made $5 million last year off of your stupid fucking videos that we did, and guess what? You're paying your dad $250,000. The rest of this is yours. Put it in a trust to when you turn. Obviously,
Don't Britney Spears it.
yeah. Yeah, and by the time he turns 18, like, nope, he's crazy. He needs a stewardship or whatever. Like, I got to control his money and take it all. And, yeah, drive him fucking crazy. But
Oh yeah. Anyways, Just real quick, somebody in YouTube chat just asked us if we've ever been to Israel. I have not.
I have never been to Israel.
Weren't you supposed to go there at one point in time from the oil field?
No, I was supposed to go to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Saudi Arabia, that's right.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Saudi Arabia back in, that was 2020, like 2021 era, right before COVID hit. I was supposed to do international travel, go to Saudi, and I was slated to be there for like 2 years and work 28 days on, 28 days off. So I'd be gone for a month and home for a month.
Yeah.
And then the COVID hit. They suspended all international travel and, c'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. But yeah, no, never been to Israel.
And then the oil business tank.
Yeah, and then the oil tanked, and then shit went.
Kind of background again a little bit, but.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But no, never been to Israel. It'd be cool, though. I'd love to go.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about Israel.
I know some food, but, like, it's not. Yeah, I don't know.
Aren't they in one of those forever wars against, like, Palestine? Isn't it?
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I should just shut up because I don't know shit about international conflict. But yeah, never been there. But I just got back from Maine, if that counts. I was in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. That was pretty cool.
Our boy AJ, what's up, AJ?
AJ.
He just got and asked if the Lions will be a serious contender this year.
Lions are looking good.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm pissed that they won't play more Gibbs. Not that Montgomery didn't have a freaking great game last night. He's talking Detroit Lions here.
NFL pro football.
Goff's no joke. Detroit's got a good running game. They obviously got the weapons out there. I mean, yeah. I think they'll make a good run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Boy, I mean, if the Browns get the offense figured out, we might see a game.
We've got our offense doing decent, but they're not clicking the way they should yet, I don't think.
No, well, Deshaun sucked. He's getting better, but he's not the best. But yeah, I know I can see Detroit getting there.
Yeah. See, and like
it's just any given Sunday, right?
Yeah, and I'm kind of ashamed too. Like, I love football, and I have not. I mean, it seems like every fucking weekend since football started, I've been at a thing.
Yeah.
Even last weekend, we did a family reunion, which was awesome. No slight to my family. I got to see all my cousins. I got to see my aunts and uncles. Like, we had a great time, and it was like the Browns were on, but they were in the background, so I didn't get a chance to pay attention. All I know is what my fantasy players are doing, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
And so I really don't know what the Lions just played last night, right? We're recording on Friday. They played Thursday night, and they beat Green Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're looking good. I mean, they're looking good. And Green Bay's.
Are they 3-0 then now?
You have to look that up. I'm not sure. I want to say 2-1 for some reason. I think they lost. No, did they lose?
All I know is,
but anyways, they balled out last night.
they're 3-1 currently.
Yeah, 3-1. Okay. I was going to say they lost one game to. How did they lose to?
Give me a
Jeez,
minute.
I'm sorry, I can't remember right now. But anyways, they look good. I could see Detroit getting there. I mean, I could see them getting there for sure. Obviously, you got Kansas City going to be balling. Miami is balling. Browns defense looking so damn good. You can't deny good defense, even though I'm trying to be a homer there, but I could see them swinging out of that division. So it'll be a fun run.
They lost to Seahawks by 6 and
that's right.
in overtime.
Seattle, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. In Seattle, there was something that happened.
I was gonna say you
that
should
happened.
know this.
Yeah, I know.
Your wife's a Lion, right?
Yeah, but that game we couldn't watch that game because we're in Ohio.
Right.
But I had players, my fantasy league, and that. something happened with that. Seattle ran it back or something, and just like ended
Yeah.
overtime immediately.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's a fun year. You're gonna see a lot. There's some teams that are sucking right now. The Broncos, the Bears.
Oh my God! Do you
looking
want to
so
talk for a
hot.
minute about the Broncos' loss against the Dolphins? That was
that
that was
it's-
history in the making.
It's historical. It is historical because literally the Dolphins could have scored the most points in NFL ever since 1966. They could have scored the most points ever. They scored 70 points. I want to believe. I want to think they broke the yardage record though.
So yeah, that was the most points scored since like 1956 or some bullshit, right?
1966. Yes.
And it was the most yards done like in a so whatever the 70 points and the yardage they did was the first time a team has ever done it in one game,
Yeah.
right? And I like Mike McDaniel, their head coach last year. That dude just came out like he's playing fucking Madden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of coach that I like. Like, sure, they didn't win the Super Bowl. I think they made it into the playoffs a little bit and shit, right?
Yeah.
I forget exactly how they did. But this dude, I just saw a TikTok, and obviously since I heard it on the internet, it's true, right?
Right.
This guy grew up as a ball boy for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
And he got into an apprenticeship as like following the coaches and shit through the Denver Broncos. And whenever it came up the Denver Broncos needed a head coach, he's like, hey, this is my favorite fucking team. Like, I grew up Denver Broncos. And they're like, they didn't even give him an interview.
Yeah.
And so whenever he shows up this season against them, he's like, fuck you guys. Like, I saw... Like,
I know your playbook because I love you.
Well, and he
Time
went...
to get destroyed.
He went into the stands. Did you see that? At one point, he went into the stands and was asking the fans, what play do you want to play next? And they were calling the fucking plays. And they were still running over the Denver Broncos. I forget, because they threw in, because you have Tua Tagovailoa, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the 170-yard pass wasn't even thrown by Tagovailoa.
No.
It was by their backup QB.
To a backup wide receiver.
And the story behind that is the guy that he talked to in the stands says, put in the backup guy, throw it long, because the guy I'm up against in fantasy, I want his quarterback to be, there's 32 teams, I want to be the 33rd worst number 33 QB in the league, because that backup QB threw it for 70 yards.
Yeah.
Better than the other team's I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it, but it's fucking it's so fucking hilarious that this dude was like, you know what? Let's let the fans pick plays. Like, how fucking baller is that? I like this guy.
Yeah.
I like this guy a lot.
They were out there and it just looked like the Broncos gave up. Obviously, and they were just like, well, whatever, we're done.
Right.
Once you get up by, I think it was 70-20 or whatever. I think once you get up by 30 points, like the defense is not trying that hard
Right.
anymore. They're like, well, we already lost the game. I'm not gonna go kill myself.
Bro, as a man though, I couldn't.
Yeah, you gotta try still.
You can punch the fuck out of me. I know I'm gonna lose, but I'm not gonna lose by that much.
They
you
got.
know?
They had 2 running backs that scored 3 touchdowns each. It was just a slaughter. The biggest thing about that was, though, he could have broke the scoring record of 72 points.
Yeah.
It was the very end of the game. They were in field goal range. Kicked a field goal, got 73 points. That would have been the all-time scoring record.
Yeah.
They took a knee. They need it out. And
Still respect,
he said,
you know?
He said 10 times out of 10, that's what you do in that. You
Yeah.
need out, you win the game. He's like, I'm not out here trying to prove something, break records or whatever. He's like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. He's like, we just need out. It's like, I know, but it's the
In the same right, bro. You were already disrespectful. You know what I mean?
it's the record. Don't you just take it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It showed a little coup from him, but it's like, and I know we're kind of in this era of don't be an arrogant prick, don't be blah blah blah, don't be whatever. I feel like the other team would have respected it too, but I don't know if the fan bases everywhere would have been like, that's an insult,
Yeah,
blah blah
fuck
blah.
them.
Yeah, But
You know
then
what I mean?
you're
At that point,
you go down in the records as the highest scoring team
Yeah, yeah, and that's
for all
that's,
time.
That's why I like football. It's like recently over the last few years, it got a little political and all this bullshit. But it's one of the last few outlets of pure machismo of
Right.
Look what the fuck I can do. Look how badly I can kick your ass. This is war, like so to speak. This is this is a game, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Like,
I mean, it's slowly turning a little less of that because it's like,
still,
you
man.
can't helmet to helmet. You barely touch the quarterback.
Right.
You got to be careful there.
But there's not too many.
Don't tell it to Myles Garrett because he'll still destroy a quarterback.
Yeah. But there's not too many more outlets where you can just be like, look at how fucking awesome I am,
Right. Yeah. This is one of the ones that's like, I'm bigger and stronger than you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good examples of like
Right.
quarterbacks, running backs, like Tyreek Hill. They have him mic'd up. Like some guy gets on him and he pushes off and says, "You ain't big enough. You ain't big enough." It's just it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. So, but yeah, I mean, what a game.
Yeah.
What a game.
I actually wish I would have been able to see that one, but once again, I've probably only watched actually paid attention to a total of like 5 minutes of pro football.
Yeah.
I did watch a little bit of the Buckeyes, but I missed the most crucial fucking point.
Ooh, yeah, what another game there. I mean,
Dude, I left. We were hanging out with Wheelers, and I left, and that came down the last play.
very last play. Yep.
God damn it, I missed that. I
Yeah.
wish I was there for that one,
That was scary. There was some definitely play calling that me and our buddy Eric Wheeler were screaming at the TV like, what the hell are you doing right now?
Right.
But at the end of the day, they ended up punching it in, and apparently Notre Dame only had 10 guys on the field because they messed up.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
They they pulled the guys out. They were in the switch. They pulled some guys out, but then they
Yeah.
didn't send guys back in because they were like scared there was too many guys on the field. They fucked up.
Right.
But either way, I don't think it would have mattered.
No.
We punched the touchdown in, took the W. Hard fought game
Right.
for sure.
Right.
Glad they won it.
Yep.
It was a little sloppy to me,
I mean, we needed it. It was, it definitely wasn't our
Yeah.
show.
but they're looking pretty good. I mean, that was at least. I mean, Notre Dame's no slouch for sure. So
Right.
it'll be interesting.
Put us up in top 4.
Good week for Ohio. Browns won, Ohio State won.
Yeah.
So we beat Baltimore as well on Sunday. So
And we love talking football, but this isn't a football podcast. Maybe
No.
we should talk about some other things,
no, I just good week for Ohio.
Funny thing is, I don't know what else to talk about.
now you're done.
Nah, what else is there to talk about? I mean, I feel like I've done so much. And you played Starfield yet?
I've
Talk video games a little bit.
not played it. I'm still on my Apex grind, and
Yeah.
I know it's bad because the game's been out forever, but I can't get off it.
I played it a little bit, and then I immediately stopped playing it. So I played it for like a day.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's definitely like Fallout in space, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not really changing. They didn't change the mold. They didn't reinvent the wheel at all. It's still exactly like if you're very into Fallout or Skyrim was another one.
Mm-hmm.
It's that style of gameplay. You still pick locks, you still loot, you still create, you still do, but you're on 3,000 different planets, which I think is amazing. Like how big the world is. I'm intrigued by that. But it's also another one of those ones where I got into it and then I kind of don't want to play it again.
Right. I don't. It's like even like Diablo, our childhood game.
Yeah.
Growing up, came out. I'm so pumped for it. I played the shit out of it for probably like a month,
Yeah.
and then I'm just like, I don't know, kind of
Right.
getting bored again already, and I'm like, this sucks. And I've talked about this before. I need that competitive. I need that, and I know there's like PvP in that, but it's like that PvP is way dumber than like it's not so
Right.
much skill as more as it's like, oh, you find all this gear and then now you can just go in. There's a little bit of skill to it. I'm not saying that, but like It's not the PvP I want.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's age or some shit. It's just video games don't have the luster that they used to with me. Even I used to, I mean, fucking back in the Lighthouse Bistro days, we would, what's the next cool game to play on our phones?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Between lunch rush, dinner rush, we'd be in the back playing. There was that one where you have to like, I forget what the fuck that one. It was one of the first cool ones on iPhones where you have to like swipe to slash. It's not Fruit Ninja, but it was. You're still swiping to do a sword, and you're up against like all these other knights.
Oh,
and shit.
yeah, yeah.
You know
yeah,
the fucking one I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
Yeah. You have to,
Beautiful
like-
game. Graphics were amazing, especially on a phone. Like gameplay was
Yeah.
dope, and we got so immersed into that shit. But now it's like with video games for me anymore, it's like, can I get into it for a day? Cool. After that, it's like I gotta pass for the next like 2 weeks. You know?
Yeah. Well, one thing is like with a lot of these games now, the point falls mute because it's like, if I just die, I just restart anyways, and I just run back and do what I was doing before or whatever it is. And it's like, I think we need more of a challenge. Like, let's go back to old Nintendo 64. That shit was brutal. Like,
Yeah.
that shit was real brutal.
See, I never had one, so
Let's take Sega. Did you have Sega?
nope.
Like most of these Nintendo, Sega,
At a original, an OG,
Atari,
at an OG and a Super, and then I saved up all my money for a PlayStation.
I would say with those go Atari, Nintendo, Sega, like maybe not so much Sega, but Nintendo definitely. Just go back to old school Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Your Legend of Zelda, your Super Mario Brothers, even, like a lot of those games, you had lives. And if you died, guess what?
You're done.
You're done. It resets. It resets. I mean, you had lives in Mario, and you could get more
Yeah.
lives. But if you're on your last life, you know what you got to do? You got to go back
Well,
and go get more lives, because if not, if you literally die, the game is over.
We did kind of harness a lot of that in the whole battle royale.
Yeah, exactly.
Like PUBG was one of the first ones to actually do that, right? Or was Fortnite first?
Well, I mean, if you want to talk the battle royale scheme and like how that started, that's on PC.
Oh, is that like a World of Warcraft or one of
No.
It's
It's H1N1 or H1Z1, I think.
yeah, I can't think. Yeah,
Was the first PC game. It's a PUBG style game.
yeah,
And then PUBG, and then
yeah, and no slight to PC games, but if you're PC only, you're missing.
yeah, but PC kind
You're
of
missing your whole entire fucking market. You know.
PCs. I mean, because PC gets flooded with games. It's got a lot of games, obviously,
Yeah.
because they can make better games because it's easier to make games for a PC than it is a console. Because if you make it for a console, you have to get it approved by a console. Or PC, you can just make a game, put it on the goddamn internet,
Right.
and people can play it. But I want to say, I think it's H1Z1 was kind of one of the first type battle royales, and there's probably one before that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that was kind of one of the bigger ones that
But
brought other ones in it, and the Arma.
yeah, so nonetheless, like
Mhm.
we kind of got into that. If you die, you're done
yeah,
with the whole battle royale type genre of the game, and then it seems like everybody did it, and then they all turned that battle royale into like, okay, well now you can respawn in this version, so everybody plays that more, you know?
yeah, that was thanks to Apex Legends.
Yeah,
Because if you die, your player could pick up your banner, as they call it, and then go to revive station, revive you.
yeah,
And then everybody's like, oh, that's such a better mechanic because, it's a 60 players, 3v3, you got 3 teammates.
right,
Say you run in there and you do your thing and you kill that team, but they finished you, but your teammates clutched it up. And then it's like, well, now I'm dead and I got to watch them. It sucks. It's like, no,
Well, even
I like it.
and so and it's.
But you come back with nothing too, so it's like that kind of makes it like you got to get back to your box or
Right.
loot or whatever. So
Right, and I mean that's all first person shooters and shit, but like like even thinking like Diablo was super hard. D2,
Yeah.
you die in the middle of a mob, and you got to go back and get your body,
Yeah.
and all those motherfuckers are still there. Whereas now in D3, D4, you died like, oh well, your loot lost like 10%, so you just go pay some gold and fix it. Like,
Well,
it's not even that hard anymore.
They changed it. I mean, because even D2, they like had it where you could log and then you came back and your body's just laying in town. And you pick it back up and it's lost durability. But you lost all your gold you were carrying.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. D3 is kind of the same. Well, you get your XP back. You lose XP if you didn't get your.
Oh, okay.
So.
Bro, I forgot fucking Minecraft is kind of like that. Of all fucking games, man.
Oh, yeah, you died. You lost everything on you.
You lost everything, and you didn't
That's getting into the survival game situation.
Yeah.
A lot of people love those, and I do love those too as well. It's like if you die, you lose everything that's on you.
And honestly, Minecraft, for what it was, like just being that block fucking,
Still craze and
like the
phenomenal.
gameplay on that shit was
Yeah.
amazing. Amazing. And now I feel like, I played back in like beta shit whenever it was just web browser on my laptop and stuff. And then now there's almost way too much. Just,
There's a game called Rust. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I've seen gameplay of that.
That's a very popular
legit.
one.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like Minecraft meets
better graphics.
Better graphics in a way, but like more competitive angle. So you like start with nothing, and then you build and craft stuff, and you build your base, and you blah blah blah, and then eventually it's like, and they have server resets on that to like because somebody can just end up building a big base, and you get a clan together. And you can go raid these bases and take all their shit.
Right, and it's not necessarily PvP, but you can make it that if you stumble upon somebody like you can be nice and trade with them and shit. Or guess what? I'm gonna shoot you, and it's like, why'd you shoot me? I got my boys now. Guess what? You're fucked. Like,
but you lost the loot that was on you, but now you spawn back at your base and you grab some new loot and you go back out. So that is fun too. I do like that survival competitive thing because it's always
like 7 days that I try to do that kind of.
Yeah. I used to play 7 Days to Die too. That was great. That was a lot of fun as well. At nighttime the zombies come, so you got all day to make a big base, and
you have 7 days to do it.
Yeah. Well, and every day got harder, so it was like it's at the seventh day, at the Sabbath. Things got harder. But it's
on Jesus' day that's whenever they rose.
I would say the top two biggest games, and Starfield's a survival game. Because but it's if you die, you lose the shit that you're carrying, right?
I haven't lost shit.
If you die.
I've died a couple times, yeah.
Well, not like all your shit, but it's just stuff you got on you.
Nope.
Because don't you... okay, well, that's
nope.
stupid. I don't want to play it then.
I still have my spacesuit, it's just, you start at a checkpoint. Just like Fallout.
Oh, so you just...
It's literally, like I said...
It's more a single-player game, then.
Yes, that's why I love it. I love the gameplay, but it is literally Fallout or Skyrim, but in space. Like if it'll literally take you 10 minutes to realize, okay, I'm playing Fallout or Skyrim, but I'm in space.
I don't understand why these game companies don't get it yet. Like, I could literally sit down with them for 5 minutes and tell them the game that everybody wants and the aspect and the idea that everybody wants.
Yeah. But is it everybody
and they should know that?
But is it everybody at that point?
I mean, obviously, the biggest games right now are either a battle royale or a survival game where there's actually threat of you losing your shit. I mean, obviously, first-person shooters like your normal Call of Duties and stuff are going to be popular.
Yeah.
But I feel like the battle royale part became more popular. One, because it just feels like you accomplished something when you won. You know what I mean? And people want that feeling of accomplishment.
And it's a lot more skill-based, like how good you are at the game.
And the survival aspect can be part of that, too. So it's kind of like a double edged sword, I guess. I don't know. You want to find the perfect balance between those two of, can you do survival, but can you make it competitive? But can you make it feel like you lost something if you lost?
Right, and
you won something if you won. You got to have a real big high too if you win something. You want that dopamine. with that dopamine.
Right.
And that's why I like to play more competitive games, is because I'm looking for that dopamine pretty much.
Right.
You know, I
Yeah, but
want to
when-
know I got that victory.
But when you're a guy like me and I suck,
I just took it from you.
I get no dopamine ever whenever I play games like that.
I don't believe that, because I've been with you playing and you've killed a couple guys. You're like, I just got that son of a bitch. You know, it's like,
The older I get, the worse I am at it, and the less that dopamine
well,
hits.
that's just because you don't play as much as you used to and stuff. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's
I could make you good again.
well, and that's another thing that I wanted to talk about is I took my laptop with me on this last trip. I had a lot of spare time. The one job that I went to, it was just like old rudimentary tester. Like there wasn't a lot of systems to check on it.
Yeah.
I calibrated it. I checked the few systems there were. Things good. It works. And I was out of there in like an hour and a half. And that was supposed to be half of my day. That was supposed to get me to like 1. You know what I mean? And then from there, I was gonna go to the next town and shit. So I'm done at like 8 o'clock. I got my laptop. Should I play video games? I'm like, you know what? I didn't. But you know what gave me a good dopamine rush? You know what gave me a good fucking moment of zen and very happy shit? I found there's a leg of the Appalachian Trail there in Vermont that I went and hit. And there's this place called, it was the Deer Point Loop. And I went and hiked that. It was 3.5 miles. And it took me 3 hours to do it because it was fucking intense. Like, I felt like an asshole because everybody else is out there and they got like, well, I only ran into like 6 people on the whole trail.
Yeah.
And they all have like, they got their walking sticks, they got their packs on, you know, like you can tell like they're hikers. And I'm just out there. I'm just out there in my work pants and my fucking running tennis shoes and shit. Like,
One bottle of water. Like,
I didn't even have a bottle of water, bro.
walking this.
I didn't even have a bottle of water on me, bro. But I hiked it and it was fucking amazing, dude. Like, go to Vermont, do the Deer's Leap. It was a Deer's Leap loop. I know exactly where I was off of Route 4, and it was like I had to climb up shit. You know, like there's a lot of times I go out on hikes or I visit areas and like, oh, if I brought the boys here, they'd love this. My kids wouldn't have made it.
Right.
Like it was scary fucking shit. It's like I'm like I shouldn't be out here by myself.
Yeah, probably not.
like I could have fallen and broken ankles and shit and been, you know, then
Unless you were wearing the shirt you're wearing now, then you would have been fine.
Yeah. No, I was not wearing my Spirit of the Wolf shirt out there.
Everybody been like, oh, this guy's nuts. He can do this easy.
But no, it was awesome. It was surreal. Like I got out on this big fucking rock that overlooked like everything. I took a bunch of pictures. Check out my Facebook. I'm gonna post them here one of these days. But it was awesome. And like, and I don't know, is that like an older person thing where it's like,
No, that's still
like I could have played video games all fucking day,
right.
but instead I decided to go for a fucking hike.
No, that's probably. I mean, that's definitely a more healthier decision for sure. No, that's. I mean, you know, it's your thing. You know, everybody's got their thing. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like some people like, you know, if they
And
like to go on hiking trips and mountain trips and do things and go away for a month or do whatever. That's why we all love to travel. I mean, everybody pretty much loves to travel because they want to go see new shit. They want to
So-
experience. They want to have new experiences, and that gives you dopamine. I mean, that gives you the good ride. So
speaking of going out for months and going on hiking trips and shit, if we ever get rich beyond our wildest dreams, we're gonna have to actually
probably
work,
not, but yeah.
and we take a few months off and just go hiking. I want to do the full Appalachian Trail.
No.
Why not? You wouldn't want to do that with me?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I want to go hiking for months.
For sure, dude.
My neighbor does that shit.
It's completing the entire. It's 2,190 plus miles of the Appalachian Trail. One trip is a mammoth undertaking. 5 to 7 months, bro.
Yeah, no. Thanks.
Everything you need in a backpack.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't want to do that.
I can't carry enough beer for that.
You don't need beer.
Well, I get a lot of mushrooms, I guess.
I did 3.5 miles stone sober, bro. 3.5 miles stone sober.
I don't want to do that.
Oh my God.
One, I physically would have to get prepared for that. Two,
You train along the way.
Yeah, no.
That's
We're going a mile a day.
the
then.
people that train do it in 5 months. The 7 months is for people that train along the way. You do it in 7 months, maybe 8,
We're knocking out maybe 5 miles a day then.
and then you camp along the road.
We're knocking out 5 miles a day, so that's going to literally take us 2 years to do it.
No, you could hit 10 miles in a day.
Yeah, but the next
Bro,
day I'm
we
going to
used
wake
to
up and be
be-
like,
We used to be the outside adventure team. Remember
Yeah.
that shit?
and how much hiking did we do with that?
A lot.
Very little.
We had a whole team. We were
Well,
out.
The
baby.
team fell apart, bro.
OAT, baby.
Uh,
Let's get me, you and Derek.
I'll tell you what. No, actually, we can do this. I actually had the perfect idea for this.
I'm going to start a GoFundMe.
I'll go and drive to your next stop and wait for your ass to
No.
hike there, and I'll be waiting for you, and it'll be fine.
GoFundMe. How much money would it take for you
To hike, well,
I mean,
one, I
how
can't
much-
take that much time off
I was gonna say,
work, so
take a sabbatical? So how, we're talking
Yeah.
6 months off work. Still got to pay bills, all this bullshit. Let's times that by like 3 or 4 to make it worth your while. Let's say we raise $500,000.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that for that.
What's the minimum then?
I mean, I was thinking like,
100G?
nah, it'd be more than that. 'Cause, I gotta come back, get a new job and everything, and like. I
No,
said,
no,
doing
no.
the
You
work.
can take a leave of absence.
They're not gonna give me a leave
For
of
sure
absence.
they will.
Oh no, I'm doing this for fun. Yeah, no.
Yeah, talk to HR. Everybody does it nowadays.
No.
It's for your mental health. Just say it's for your mental health.
Oh, maybe I could probably.
You know, just talk to HR and say it's. Oh, I gotta.
Just one day I'll come pulling in and just
It's-
run straight in the building. They'll be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I need to go hike a trail."
I need to take time off for my mental health. People do it all the fucking time anymore. Say you're trans or something, you get all the time off you need.
$250 minimum.
250?
$250. Yeah.
Okay. You heard it now. Start a GoFundMe. Cody hikes the Appalachian Trail. 250,000.
$250,000 will probably be enough to, get me through a couple years at least.
Yeah.
It get you through probably 2-3 years, I think.
And sorry, Sarah, I'll do it for free. Sarah, you just have to make all the money for 6 months.
Yeah, it's both of us. We need $500,000.
No. If we could raise 250 for him, Sarah, you'll just have to work harder, and I'll be your guide.
I mean, we need to get new jobs when we get back. It's fine. Everybody's hiring.
Nah, I could probably hit some labs along the way though.
You gonna hike to them?
Probably.
Oh, they're right up that list trail. I'm just gonna check this lab out, guys. I'll be gone for 3 months. Don't worry about it.
we hit the trailhead. Whatever you need to like stretch out your legs and shit.
Yeah, we
I'm
also gotta
still doing
hire a
good.
doctor to follow me around too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm still doing good because I'm
Yeah.
in peak physical performance right now. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm not.
And you need a day, so I'll just stop. Like
I'm gonna need an IV hooked up to me to keep me hydrated the whole time.
I'll go do that lab,
My leg's gonna break down.
and then I come back and we go hike some more.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna
I
happen.
did. It was kind of cool. I ran into this English couple. They were older, probably a little bit older than me.
Did you give me? You sound like you're from London.
No, I didn't do that. But like, I got to this point where like I had to climb down this fucking rock into middle of nowhere, and I see the trail markers, and I just keep going down over this treacherous terrain, and then these other people come up.
Did you get wobbly legs?
No, I got wobbly legs on the overlook.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm standing on top of the fucking world, looking out, and I could not stand up. I had to like be on my knees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I couldn't, because there was nothing to hold on to, and it was like if I fall, I'm just gone. You know, it's over the edge, gone. But no, so I made it down like this weird treacherous terrain, and then there's other couple coming up, and the guy looks at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I don't know where to go." He's like, "All right, well, it's if you." And he's like, "Hold on, I'll come up." And he had like a app. Which, by the way, if anybody has any good hiking apps, let me know, because the ones I have, I need to pay a subscription to, and I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Oh no, you have to pay. But this is
Yeah,
my neighbor.
fuck that.
My
I don't
neighbor
wanna
told me
pay for
one about.
shit.
He's a big. He just spent like.
Justin,
No. My neighbor Dan. He spent.
Oh, okay.
He just spent 2 months out there.
Yeah.
Hiking the Appalachian. He did this already. He did
bro,
it. He would come with us too, but
yeah, fuck. Let's.
He's like,
he
"You're
could be
going?
our-
I'm
he could be our
going with you."
guide. He
Yeah,
could be our
yeah.
guide. But no, so then he showed me where to go, and then his wife was like, He's like, yeah, you got to go down a little bit here, and you got up here, and it's gonna be a little bit treacherous up there. You got a little bit of climb, and his wife looks at me. He's like, well, he looks fit as a fiddle. He'll be fine.
You got the fit as a fiddle?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Some stranger with a British accent that I don't know, especially a woman coming from a woman is awesome. She's like, oh, he looks fit as a fiddle. He'll be fine. I'm like, yes.
Just point me in the right direction. Just make sure I don't. Do I going down this cliff? I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I rock climbing right now?
But no, they set me straight, so I ended up doing a big loop. And like I said, it was like 3.5 miles. It was amazing, gorgeous, fun. And for some reason, way better than playing fucking video games, you know?
Yeah, no, I get that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I appreciate nature too, you know, and I do like going on hikes and stuff. I don't do it enough, just because it's, you know, it's not part of your my day to day right now.
Yeah.
But you do appreciate it once you do it. Like, you know, being out in Arizona.
Oh my God, I had good hikes in Arizona.
Yeah, and like, you know, out excuse me, in Sedona, they have so many beautiful hiking trails out there, and like I definitely push myself. Like you say, you're climbing up rocks, you're doing some stuff. By the time I was done doing like I don't know, it was probably a 2 mile back and forth.
Yeah.
And my legs are already feeling like jello coming down. I'm like, yeah, I need to definitely hike some more. But yeah, it's awesome. You get to that top and you get that beautiful vista. It's good. I mean, that's why people do it. They love it.
And that's even because I got the watch that tracks my shit. My total ascent, I climbed 1,121 feet on that hike.
True, that's uphill. Yeah, that's uphill.
It was intense. Like that was the hardest hike I've ever done in my entire life.
I do not mind uphill. Actually,
downhill shit scares the
downhill
fuck
sucks. I think downhill's worse than going uphill. Well, to a certain extent, right?
It's like, but I mean, uphill sucks for the physicality of it. But there's no fear. Like if I fall down, I'm falling forward.
Right.
But that downhill shit, like if I trip, I'm tumbling.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
yes, you're pushing your weight, which I feel like I have less problem pushing my weight uphill, but like catching yourself coming downhill, like a steep ass hill or coming down, climbing down rocks and shit like that is way more scary than climbing up rocks. Like climbing up rocks, I could climb up a cliff.
Right.
I'd feel more comfortable climbing up a cliff until I look down than trying to climb down, because then you're like, oh, I don't know.
Well, even that, like when you climb up, like say this is your foot, you hit your foot, and you put a little weight on there, you're good to go, and then you put the rest on. Whereas climbing down, you're kind of putting all your weight, or at least like 50% of it, real quick, and you're hoping that rock or whatever that thing is you're stepping on doesn't just give out, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, going downhill sucks.
Yeah, going downhill's scary, and it like. Going uphill is fine, and then going down, that's when my legs started like getting jello-y and like rubbery, and like, this is making my legs feel weird,
right?
And they were just burning because they hadn't seen a workout in that long, for one, and then two. So I'm just like, I need to just get back because I need to just go like get in a hot tub right now. Just like,
yeah, and that one was cool because at least I didn't have the weather. Like I've been on a couple hikes in like down in Texas and out in Arizona where they tell you, you know, obviously take water, cool, stay hydrated, all that shit. But
yeah, like
I've been in more fear of hikes where I'm going to pass out because of the heat.
Oh yeah.
More than, you know, I'm not worried about like getting caught on a ledge, you know?
Yeah.
This one was more like, I'm afraid I'm going to get caught on a ledge somewhere, but at least I know how to go back. But like I've been on other hikes where it's like, oh my God, I made it a mile out and I got to turn around because if not, and there's nobody with me, I've drank all my water and I will die of heat exhaustion out here if I don't actually turn around.
I had a gallon and a half camel pack on me when I went.
Yeah.
All was gone by the time I turned around to go down. I already drank it. I'm just drenched in sweat.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just sweating like.
Well, I always try to hydrate up too. Like I'll drink probably at least 3/4 of a gallon of water before
before you start. Yeah.
So then I don't have to worry about it so much.
I had also drank a lot the night before too,
Yes.
so that was not a good thing as well. I don't think you want to do a hiking adventure if you drank a lot the night before too.
Yeah,
your
'cause
body's
you're gonna
already dehydrated. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm there like, oh, let's go on this hike. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm bringing my camera pack and I'm just drinking water the whole time, and that's probably why my legs were rubber on the way down. 'Cause they're
Right.
like, we don't have any water left in us.
We're fucking done, dude. What are you doing? What are you even doing? Like, go back and drink
Yeah.
more beer. Come on, man.
We need more sodium right now. We need a lot of water. Come on, idiot. But yeah, no, I would like to do some more hiking and stuff like that, and that's what I'm looking forward to with the kids getting older.
Yeah.
I feel like more of that stuff's going to be like, because there's so many great hiking trails, just even around us.
We've got some good ones.
Like even Atwood Lake, where I live,
yeah,
the-
dude, go out in
the
camp.
park
Yep.
back there, they got great hiking trails back there. My dad, and my brothers, we used to hike those all the time. We'd stay at the cabin down there.
You get the
And be
fire
like, what are we
tower
gonna
out
do in
there
the
and
day?
shit.
Like, oh, we'll just go hike the trails. We just go on a little hike,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm learning more. When I was surveying, I was always in the woods and stuff, and like seeing
Oh my
so
god,
much
that,
cool shit.
that used to be your fucking job. Was
It used
to
to be
hike.
my
I forgot all
job
about
used to
that.
be to hike around the woods. Yeah.
Literally was your fucking
Literally.
job,
Literally, I've seen some super cool shit in the woods.
and not even on trails.
Not even on trail. No, I'd have to make my own trail,
Yeah.
and it sometimes was literally the worst thing in my life. But yeah, there's one day I was out surveying, and it was probably, I don't know, it was probably 100 degrees,
Yeah.
in Ohio, and I got to wear, boots, long pants, FR. Of course you are, because you're in the woods.
Yeah.
But I had to have FR clothes on too because
Because you were doing for oil filled
it was
bullshit.
oil
Yeah.
field bullshit.
You're not even on a pad or close to the well.
It was the craziest place I've ever seen. So they had cleared it off, but nobody had touched it in forever.
Yeah.
So all these trees were down, but it was like on the side of a hill, and all these weeds or plants had grown to canopy height. Like you could almost step off the edge and not know it because there were so many plants.
Okay.
And we went down inside of it, and then there's always down trees, so you're like fighting to get around those. There's briars everywhere.
Right.
There's this canopy that's like a steam oven inside of it, and we're like sitting there. I'm feeling like trying to just like put a stake in the ground.
Yeah.
Can't get a signal on our GPS. The guy I'm with was a long time he went to school to survey anyways. He was
Right.
a long time surveyor. He was younger than me, but
He was
younger,
a
fit
learned,
guy.
He was a learned.
He's a
surveyor.
younger, fit
Yeah.
guy. And I'm like down there. I'm like just sweating my face. Like my shirt completely soaked
Yeah.
head to toe. My
Yeah,
pants are soaked. Like I'm soaked head to toe.
Yeah.
Feeling like hell. Just pounding water. I'm carrying the steak bag, so I put like I load that. I always load it up with like 8 waters. Like I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
We're down in this muck, and he starts getting dizzy. I start getting dizzy, and I'm like, we gotta sit down. He's like, dude, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. I'm like, you're fine. He's like, I don't know. I don't know if I can get out of here. I'm like, you gotta relax.
And you're like, you're better than me. Come
Like,
on, man.
I mean, this guy's a pole. Like he's skinny.
Yeah.
He's got no fat on him.
Yeah.
Probably not as fat as I am right now, but I'm a little bit skinnier than I was, but I still got fat on me. I probably drank beers the night before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
And I
like-
mean, like, no offense, but you never like.
I never work out hard.
Yeah. Nobody
I don't
ever
work
sat
out.
there and thought like, oh, Cody's a fit guy. You
Yeah,
know.
right? So
You're
I'm
not-
like,
you're no slouch, but
yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, you just gotta calm down.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if I can get out of here. I'm like, we'll get out of here. I'll get us out of here. And he's like, all right. I'm like, just drink water. Just relax for a minute. We're chilling. We're chilling. There's no pressure. Don't worry about the job. And we're tore up from briars and shit.
Yeah.
But we're kind of in this weird canopy where it's like, it's hot and humid as shit, but it's a little bit cooler from where we were because we were like deep in this canopy. It's weird. Like I felt like I was in a magical place because like you look up and I had a ceiling
Yeah.
above me. Like,
Yeah.
sunshine's not coming through.
Right.
If it was, it'd be more brutal. But it would have been easier to navigate.
Yeah.
But we're so deep in this vegetation, like I'm in some kind of goddamn African safari jungle rainforest.
Rainforest, yeah.
I can't say rainforest.
The T County Rainforest.
We're sitting and I'm like, I'm blazing the path. So I just take my machete and I start cutting up a hill.
Yeah.
I just start going. I hit 2 dead stops, got to cut back, cut a new angle. Because there's just, they cut so many logs, so many trees down there.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what happened is because they cut so many trees down, they were like sit on top of each other. So the vegetation was like growing on it, but nobody had came and got the trees. So vegetation was growing here, here, and here. And it's like, oh my God. And then finally, like, I just like cut through and just emerge. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to crawl out on the pad. And they had sent help.
Yeah.
And like, just as we got out, the help came and pulled up.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, what's up, guys?
Dude.
And the guy I'm with is like, like, he's about to cry. He's in tears. He's like, I'm leaving. He's like, this is bullshit.
Dude, you had that fucking survivalist instinct, though, bro. Like, that's...
Yeah, I was like, we're getting out of here. Like, I got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm calling in an ambulance and a crew. Like, I'm calling in everything to get him out of here. Because,
yeah.
And I mean, I got dizzy and I got lightheaded and everything. And I sat down, took 5, recharged.
That's the
and
shit.
I cut my way out. And I'm... When I say cut my way out, like, I'm literally, like, macheting my way out.
Yeah.
Like, it was not, like...
Yeah.
Lowbrow, and then like I cut my way out, finally got out of there. I think it took me probably 45 minutes to get out of there.
Yeah,
it's like because we couldn't go back the path we went.
Right.
I mean, we kind of could have, but it was like it was going to take way longer the path we went. I'm like, no, I'm just going to blaze straight out.
45 minutes of balls to the wall, get there, or an hour and a half loop back.
Why he sits down and relaxes, like he needs to sit down and relax.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it'd take me 45 minutes. I thought it'd take me like 5 minutes to get out of there.
Still.
But it would take me way longer because I'm like cutting a perfect path.
You get that mentality. It's like, embrace the suck. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, because he's gonna fucking die down there. Like he turned a little white and like was like just not good.
Bro, I love that shit though. That's why we need to hike the Appalachian Trail. We'll probably never get into one of those situations.
Oh no, I don't think so.
But sometimes just being uncomfortable and stressing about real shit is good for your soul. It's good for your body.
We got out of there. Next crew came in, and they were like, the old veterans have been there forever, and they're like, what the hell? And I'm like, he's got to go. Like we're leaving. We're driving back.
Right.
We drive back. We're both soaking wet. Change shirts out and stuff, and we get back, and we got back a bit early, and then we kind of got a little flack for it. I'm like. They're like, you guys can't just leave early like that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, and all it was is we were marking the stakes where a possible pad might be.
Yeah.
So the gas oil company wants to go out there where the boundary line might be.
Yeah.
So we might remove all this. After it was already logged. So
right.
we might remove all this. I'm like, so I could just took a stake and chucked it close enough.
Maybe.
Like, it's 10 feet down there.
Sure. Maybe.
And it would have been fine. But we went through the patch of the worst hell I've ever been through.
Yeah.
I won't say the worst hell I've been through, but like a bad, like, well, it was pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
Just for them to be like, it might be over there. And for them to go, okay, yeah, you can put a pad here.
But to me, that shit sounds fucking awesome. Like, I don't know, maybe it's an age thing too, or maybe it's always been in me and I just never really tickled that tiger in me. It's like it's finding that uncomfortable situation, like not necessarily pushing death. You're still in control, but you're close.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
and that dizziness.
Like you guys could have easily called somebody. Like at no point in time in that last hike was, if I tumbled down the hill, I'm not dying there. Yeah. Somebody's gonna be able to find me, but it's that illusion of severe danger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mind you, I'm carrying 40 pounds on my back.
Right.
With stakes and everything. And I'm like starting to hit that point where I'm like, I'm getting dizzy. Like I feel the heat exhaustion coming in and I'm like, I gotta stop.
And did you feel alive?
I mean, once we got out of it.
When was the last time you had a rush like that?
It was scary.
When was the last time you had a rush like that?
I was more worried about him than I was me.
Still. The adrenaline, dude, you
no, when I play Apex.
You still had that adrenaline spike. Say,
backing up my teammates.
If if anything else, I gotta do it for him. You know, you had that adrenaline spike, you had that fucking that will to survive, you had that animal instinct of we gotta get out of these woods. You know?
Yeah, I remember after we like left, he's like,
He's like,
I'm sorry, man. That's not normally like me. I'm like, no, it's fine, man. It sucked.
I think that's kind of what's wrong with a lot of society today. There's very limited times where we have that kind of stress.
Right.
What do we stress about? Getting the work on time, traffic. Oh my God, they're out of the coffee flavor that I like. Oh my God, they're not doing this. Blah 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 bullshit. It's all rudimentary. It's none of it fucking matters. Where it's that survival instinct of like, we got to get the fuck out of these woods, or this guy's gonna panic attack and die.
I mean, he was panic attacking. Like he was literally like the whole time. He's like, oh, we're not gonna get out of here. We're not gonna get out of here.
We need more stress like that
because we crawled in. Like what we came in through was so hard that it was like getting out. Was going to be so hard going back that way. So I was trying to find an easier route, and that's what that was. Yeah, it was stressful.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
the whole time, and I'm like, "You're good, man. You're good. We got it. I'm gonna cut us past. We out of here. We out of here."
Oh my God, even better whenever you're helping somebody that's freaking out and you're trying not to freak out with them, and you're inside freaking out but hiding it. Like, no, man, it's all good. And you're like, fuck, how are we gonna do this? No, bro, it's all right. It's cool. I gotta go fucking cut through all this bullshit. And like, no, man, that kind of stress we don't get on a daily basis, and I feel like we were built for that as humans. Like, we need that.
Yeah.
To be better as humans, man, we need that.
That's what
We're
happens.
too cushy and too soft and too easy, bro.
That's what happens when you're, alpha predator.
Yeah.
You get too cushy, you get too soft.
I say all this, but whenever I
and
go,
then the sea lions are already making, and the dolphins are making a plan to come back up here with kelp masks.
Oh, that's funny.
It's take over. Like, these guys get soft. We're getting hard. We're getting hard. We're gonna take them.
It's funny because I say all this as later tonight I'm going to go to bed in my king size bed, super nice and cozy.
Right.
And then my room's not cold enough, so I had to have an extra air conditioner off the window to make sure that my room's super cold to make it comfortable for me to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. The fuck you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. We need more of this fucking stress. Like, it's got to be good for your soul somehow, man.
Well, I mean, and that's why we do like the haunted houses, and we do the escape rooms, and we do like the different things that make us feel like we're in a terrible situation. But
all right,
you can just go, hey, you know what? Just go drop into a third world country and walk around for a while.
I did that.
Well, I don't know if Jamaica's that third world.
Kingston, bro.
Jamaica's not that third world.
Okay, you go to Kingston and get yelled at by black people and tell me you're not scared.
I mean, I know the language so bad.
Kingston was scary. But I wanted to touch on this real quick because you brought it up. You just said haunted houses.
Yeah.
And then we'll close out the show. But are you a haunted house boy?
Do I like strive to go to them? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Will I go to one if everybody's like, hey, let's go to a haunted house? I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'll get a little jump scared and shit. Like, that's fine. Like,
yeah.
I'm hoping I don't punch somebody because I got a lot of reaction time. Like, I'm like,
oh, you're one of those kind of guys?
Yeah, I've not hit my wife. Please, nobody think that. But like, she scared me before.
Steph, if you need help, call the hotline.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I don't think I've actually hit her, but like maybe a push or something. But I get a lot of like kicks, quick kicks. Like, I'm like, yeah, I like kick at her. I'm like, oh shit, sorry. And she's like, did you just kick at me? I'm like, well, yeah, danger's coming at me. I'm gonna kick it.
That's I'm not a haunted house guy.
I'd prefer not to. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't get into. Ooh, let's go get scared. Like, no, I don't want to get fucking scared.
Well, my problem, and I don't mean to sound like a tough guy. It's just like maybe I'm dead inside because I don't get scared that often.
Well, no, that's the other thing too. Like, I don't like scary movies because they're so predictable and boring to me.
Yes. And just like haunted houses, like you come around a corner, you know there's going to be somebody there.
Yeah.
And so usually it's like if I go to haunted houses, like the people with me are like, and I'm like,
you know, guys.
We knew he was gonna fucking be there.
You didn't see that. You didn't see that door right there. You didn't see like they got that cut out right there.
And then I feel like a fucking douchebag. I do specifically remember one of the last times I was at a haunted house. You walk around the corner, the guy jumps out, everybody jumps, and then he gets in your face. He's like tilting his head all creepy with his mask and shit. And I'm just like standing there, and he's like, oh, you're one of those guys, are you? I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? What do you mean one of those guys? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm not, and I think he's trying to, like, I'm not trying to act tough like it's a whole facade. Like, you can't scare me. I'm too tough for this. It's just,
It's like, wait, you can't touch me. So I don't know. Get it.
like, what do you mean by one of those guys? I'm smart. You know what I mean? Like, I can predict the future, I guess, or something. Like, I don't know. I wasn't.
Did you hear that there's that one haunted house though where they pay you like $50,000 if you stay the whole time or something like that?
Yeah.
But they like basically you have to sign a waiver and they waterboard your ass and
They
shit
get
like
hit,
that.
yeah,
like
yeah.
they fuck you up. They can touch you.
I don't think I'd be
up.
good under waterboarding.
No,
I've seen it. I've
That'd
seen
be
the
terrible.
videos,
Yeah,
and it's one of those things just in your head, like you're not drowning, but
they're physically
Instincts kick
they're
in.
physically doing a lot of weird torture, dementing stuff.
and maybe that's
Not to the point where they're like cutting you or breaking your bones, but it's like it's to a point where it's like
you're gonna come out alive. Yeah.
You're gonna come out alive, but then you got to pretty much just like
Maybe that's the kind of one that I need because like
Mm.
some guy jumping out with a chainsaw with no chain on it.
that would still hurt. Like
Well, there's not even a chain, so it's basically just hitting you with a.
right, but there's the gearing still in there.
No, there's no.
Oh no, yeah,
chain.
there's no ball. Yeah, never mind. Yeah,
It's literally just a motor running.
yeah, it's a matter of
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And then have the weird things on their shoes where they kick and they make sparks. Like, oh my god, there's sparks. Like,
Sparks.
fuck.
I
No.
remember I was a kid and like
There's a close family member of mine that loves, and she does the haunted house things. No slight to her, but like, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I remember when I was like a teenager, I got pulled in with my neighbors. They're like, "Oh, we need somebody to help out." And it was the Sherrodsville, local town by us, little town. They used to do haunted hayride through there,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that." And they're like, "We're gonna have you scare people." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And they literally gave me like a sheet. I was a ghost. And I'm like, "Who am I scaring?" And at one point,
Could that be your Halloween costume this year? I want to see you in a sheet. I don't know why, but I think it'd be funny.
so we had to hide. They put like these fake gravestones up.
Yeah.
And so we had to hide behind them and then run out and try to scare everybody. So what I would do was I figured out the one that it was like angled so they couldn't see it. So like the one guy'd come out that I was with, my neighbor that I was with, and they'd be like, "Oh, scary ghost." But I was in the far end.
Yeah.
The angled end. So they couldn't see me and I just run out and be like, so they're all looking at him.
Yeah.
And I just run out and go, "Blah!" And then I'd actually scare the shit out of people.
He was like the plant. Like,
Yeah, he was
like,
like,
oh my god, a scary ghost around this corner. But guess what?
Got you back. He misdirectioned them. Misdirectioned them.
I see a sheet with holes and then your bright blue fucking eyes, dude. That actually seems creepy as shit. Honestly, that's why you need to just.
I gotta talk to you about your car. We're gonna take you. No.
But yeah, spooky season is upon us.
Yeah.
I should probably take the kids to. I think it'd be funnier to take the kids now. Because it's not something I'm into, but I'd love to see those boys
Get that
piss their
screen on.
pants.
I've always wanted to try. Close to me, they have a zombie paintball.
Oh, yeah.
The Haunted Hill or whatever.
Yeah.
And
You're
there's
actually
like a
gonna,
zombie
try to
paintball
survive.
where you gotta like try to like shoot the zombies with paintball guns. And I'm like, who are those suckers? I want to get shot by paintball guns.
Yeah, God, you'd have to pay me a lot to just get dotted with paintballs all day.
Yeah, that would hurt.
But
Paintballs hurt. Who knows? Maybe they got low pressure guns.
well, let us know.
Yeah,
Let us
fair
know.
enough.
Let us know how that goes. Let us know how the paintball thing works. But
Bum, bum, bum.
I think it's about that time we should probably close this bitch out.
Hey, you know what?
I mean, I hate to say it because I'm having a good time talking.
I'm having a damn good time. Steve,
I'm having a damn good time as
you're
well.
having a damn good time. Huh?
And we hope that you guys are having a damn good time as well. As always, click like and subscribe. Do all those fun things.
Share us with your grandma
Share us with your grandma.
because she will love us.
Nana needs to know she's gonna die here soon. She's gonna need a damn good time before she goes.
Hell yeah.
But Love you, Codes.
Love you, brother.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
We'll catch you next week.
Till the next damn good time.